Welcome everyone to our 7 days Zazen Breathwork challenge. We'll quickly look at a couple of slides about Osho, about me, breathwork, Zazen. I'll not share much information about Zazen because most of you know about it and a practice. You can also watch my video on YouTube on Zazen for detailed information. So Osho just talked about energy, and he's talking about creating an overflow of energy. This is what we will try to activate today through the help of breath work. And with the extra energy, we can jump into the space of the eternal, the element, the truth in us, the God in us, whatever you may call it. About Osho is an enlightened master, and anybody can be enlightened, except animals, plants, birds, trees. They can't be enlightened because they don't have self-knowing awareness. Humans have self-knowing awareness. That's why we can reflect upon the past and we can improvise in the future. We can learn from our mistakes if we want. One definition of enlightenment is experience of deep love and oneness. Osho has 650 titles of books in his name, translated in more than 60 languages, most by any person, dead or alive. He has devised many active meditations, meditative therapies, and mindfulness methods. He has changed the lives of millions of people. I'm one of them. His vision is new human being. He calls it Zorba the Buddha, somebody who can meditate and also can live a material life, living a daily routine life, not renouncing the word or becoming a monk. This is me. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I work with Reiki, mindfulness, Osho meditations. I've been doing this now for 11 years, on the path of meditation for 13 years. Meditation literally changed my life. So let's talk about breath work. This is a very powerful technique that I'm going to teach you today. I use this method for 1 year at some point of time every day. And it's really powerful. You're going to experience it today. Now, breath and mind are connected. That's why when you are in a specific emotion or mood, your breath changes accordingly. So when you're angry, your breath is shallow or it gets stuck in the head. When you relax, the breath is deep. So when either you change your breathing, it would have an impact on your thoughts, or you change the way you think, that would have an impact on your breath. Now, everybody has a different personality, depending upon the mix of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Let me make this presenter work. My presenter is not working. Okay, anyways. So everybody has a mix of, the personality is a mix of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Some people breathe very deep, some people breathe very shallow. That's how they have a certain personality, because of their breathing pattern. Now, if they can change their breathing pattern, their personality would have an impact. So if they start to breathe deeply, they can experience more relaxation and new things coming up in their life. Now, I'm just going to show you a couple of more slides about breath work and prana. It's called prana in yoga or Elan vital force. Schools, techniques, benefit, pitfalls. So there are different kinds of breath work used in yoga, shamanic breath work, shamanic breathing, Sufi breathing, Buddhism. These are different schools on different spiritual traditions that use breath work for higher consciousness or to activate the energy field within you. Now, the different techniques of breath work. Some are focused on mouth-based breathing, where you use only the mouth, not the nose. Especially the shamanic breathing. It's called shamanic holotropic breathing, where you use the mouth and you inhale and exhale through the mouth and practice a circular breathing. Some use only nose. Some use both of them. Combination of nose and mouth. Now, there are types of breathing. It can be rhythmic breathing. I'm going to show you what rhythmic breathing is soon. You move in one specific rhythm. That's rhythmic breathing. You don't change the rhythm. So let's say if it takes 2 seconds for you to exhale, you take 2 seconds to inhale, and you follow this pattern or rhythm. Chaotic breathing is you disturb the entire pattern. Deep breathing, you inhale deeply, you exhale deeply. Shallow breathing, when you get stressed out, you don't breathe deeply, but it can also be a method, shallow breathing. Especially while running, when you do shallow breathing sometimes, exhaling through the mouth, counting and stopping, creating gaps, following the gaps. So for example, when you inhale, there is a gap after which like when you inhale all the way in, then there is a gap. You can't inhale anymore. And once you exhale again, there is a gap. You can't exhale anymore. So these are the 2 gaps. So being aware of these 2 gaps is also one technique from breath work. Also, the whole body can breathe because we have small pores in our body. Yes, if you paint a human body with a paint, within 3 hours, a man can die because our whole body needs air through the pores. Benefits, breath work creates immediate change because it has an impact on your chemistry of the body. You create more oxygen in your blood cells. This helps you to have a jump and you fly quickly, very easy. Pitfalls, it can get tiring over a period of time. You don't have any interest in doing breath work because it's strenuous, especially doing it alone. If there are people around you, if you're doing it in a community or a group, it's still easier. But by yourself, after some period of time, you don't feel like doing it. Direct exposure of this can be boring. And also, when you fly in these methodologies, there can be lack of grounding. It is very, very important that you stay grounded when you use breath work. It can also be a temporary solution, so no transformation comes because you get kick very quickly. You do 10 minutes of breath work, you start to fly, and then you do it a couple of days in a month and you think everything is sorted, your life is good. But when there is a crisis, you're again lost. So these are the pitfalls. Okay, now the technique. We're going to meet every day for 40 minutes practice. This practice has 3 stages. First stage, all 3 stages are eyes closed. First stage, sitting for 30 minutes. You're going to breathe in a specific way. I'm going to show you how. Then 5 minutes sitting and 5 minutes of lying down. This is the whole practice, every day, same technique. 3 stages. Not 1 hour. Okay. Method. Now, when you're doing this method, you sit in a comfortable posture. So as you see, I'm sitting in a chair. You can hold the chair, the handle of the chair. You can keep your hands on your knees or right palm or left palm in your laps. Either way is okay. In this method, you're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Simple technique. This is circular breathing in a certain rhythm. So you inhale deeply as much as you can. And without stopping, you exhale deeply through your nose as much as you can. And then you catch a rhythm and you go on using this rhythm. So, for example, in a circle, if you look at my hand, breath goes in, touches a point where you can't breathe anymore. And then from that point, you turn outward, touches the point on the outside, you can't breathe out anymore. So these two dead ends, you need to come in contact with. So when you inhale, you come in contact with a dead end. Immediately you come exhale through the nose, and you come in contact with another dead end outside, inside, outside. So this is a circular breathing. You go in, you go out, you go in, you go out, you go in, you go out. And this is how you keep the rhythm. Important thing is long and deep inhales and long, deep exhales. So it's not shallow, short inhale, exhales, equal amount and as long and as deep as you can. Remembering the important thing is maintaining a rhythm. It's a rhythmic breathing in a circular motion. Slowly you build up the momentum. I'm going to guide you into this practice. So what you're going to do is first 10 to 15 minutes, you're simply preparing your body. So you can move the upper body from the hip, from the torso to the front, and you just slowly doing inhale, exhale. So you do as I'm going backward, I'm inhaling. As I'm moving forward, I'm exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. After 15 minutes, around 15 minutes, I'm going to say now you build the momentum. When you build the momentum, I would want you to use your upper body like this. So you're sitting. So let's say I'm sitting in a chair, and you inhale. When you're inhaling, you go backward. Exhaling, you move forward. Is this clear? Yes, no.
Yes.
So you're using the upper body. Maybe after 15 minutes, you use the full force. Slowly you use the full force. Last 5 minutes, I would ask you to increase the momentum. Last 2 minutes, last 5 minutes, I'm going to guide you 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3, 2, 1. Last 1 minute, I would want you to bring as much intensity as you can. But you go slow, 15 minutes. Then I would tell you that now 20 minutes are over, increasing the momentum, 25 minutes, last 5 minutes, really building up the momentum. Now, how would you know that you're doing it right? You must start to feel dizziness or tingling or some sensation like this pulsation. So it means your blood is getting the oxygen. Oxygenization is happening and the energy is getting activated. So in those moments, okay, if you get too dizzy, of course, you can just take a break for a few seconds and then gather yourself and go ahead. And for the grounding, remember to feel the body. Stay with the body, stay connected. You may feel ecstatic. Yeah. You activate so much energy inside of you, it's mind-blowing. Important thing is sitting in a comfortable posture in first stage for 30 minutes. So make sure that you sit on a chair, get a cushion, get yourself supported. Don't give pain to your body. Second stage, Zazen. You already know about Zazen. So you sit with your eyes closed, right palm on left palm, sitting in a comfortable posture, staying still and relaxed. Last stage, lie down comfortably. 5 minutes each, these two stages. First stage, 30 minutes. If you need to change the posture at any point of time, you can do it slowly and gracefully. Eyes to remain closed throughout. Any questions on this technique? Okay. Zazen, you already know. So if you want to know more about Zazen, you can go and check out my video on YouTube and combine Zazen and relaxation with this technique.